Hello everyone, this video will essentially be a spoiler-free review / overview of the Fable, which is a seinen manga series written by Katsuhisa Minami totaling 22 volumes, and I will be informing you of the following questions. Is the Fable manga worth reading? Is the anime worth watching? And if the 2 live-action movies are worth watching. Finishing the video with a quick discussion about a prominent character in the second half of the Fable manga, Yamaoka. First of all, is the Fable manga worth reading? The first couple of volume covers may mislead you slightly, as the premise is Akira and Yoko who are on break from an assassin organization. Both of them get housed by Yakuza in Osaka. Akira and Yoko don't have a mission, they just need to relax and stay away from trouble. So there's not a whole lot of action to begin with, but of course Akira ends up getting into a lot of mishaps. So throughout the manga there is a lot of action, but since Akira is incredibly strong, the characters are not threats to him. So this allows the story to also feature humor and many comedic scenes. The comedy and intensity / action sequences are really well put together. The flow of the manga feels natural. The first 140 chapters set the tone of the series before launching into the big battle. The further I read, the more I liked the series. Overall, the manga is really interesting and I would rate the 240 chapter series an 8.8 out of 10. Next, I will be talking about the anime. The anime is very disappointing. I knew it would be before the series was even aired. Tezuka Productions, the anime studio, uses outsourcing studios such as Dr. Movie, meaning the animation ends up being quite simple. My Home Hero, another seinen anime created by Tezuka Productions, also was really lackluster. The story for the Fable is great even in the anime, but the animation is limited and sometimes the humor is not translated well into the anime. The voice acting and the soundtrack are the only good elements. The animation is bare bones, so you won't find any great Sakuga present in this anime. The Fable is exclusively streaming on Disney Plus or Hulu depending on your country. And of course Disney didn't promote the anime whatsoever, meaning this is a 2-core seasonal anime no one is really interested in. The first season is set to have 25 episodes, which should cover around half of the manga. There is some censorship, but that's mainly due to TV restrictions, and it doesn't really affect the main plot. Overall, the anime is watchable, but it's a big step down from the manga, and I recommend the manga as an alternative for the best experience. If you are looking to experience the Fable through the live-action movies that are on Netflix, I wouldn't personally recommend them, mainly because the first movie deviates from the source material by changing situations and characters' personalities. I can't comment on the second film since I haven't seen it, but I assume the same comments for the first film can be applied to the second film as well. The live action is still enjoyable, but I don't think it would be a good first experience of the Fable. Overall, through all 3 mediums, I can't really recommend the anime nor the live action. Sticking with the manga would be the best. Kodansha USA are currently releasing the series in 2-in-1 omnibuses if you prefer reading the manga physically. And all 22 volumes are available digitally also from Kodansha USA. First, I'll briefly talk about the first 140 chapters of the series. For a series that is only 22 volumes long, there is a lot going on. But the series also knows when to be light-hearted or serious. The artwork flows really well, and the character designs and art style are really great. Somehow the anime was able to butcher the character designs as well as the animation. Going back to the manga, specifically the final 100 chapters is where we are introduced to Yamaoka. You could call him the final boss or antagonist of the manga. Yamaoka has no fear. He puts himself in positions where he could be killed whilst also not being afraid to kill others or using them to further his plot. Yamaoka treats his battle against Akira Sato like a game. He takes pictures of all the relevant people and prints the pictures out. He then proceeds to stare at the pictures, wondering who to target or kill next. After Yamaoka reduces his forces, he ends up alone, or at least that's how it appears. There are some scenes which are so intense, despite a whole team being up against one man. One scene in particular is almost like it was pulled from a horror movie. As you read the second half of the series, you get engrossed and can't stop reading. The first 140 chapters lead up to the final battle with Yamaoka. Those chapters help develop minor threats against Akira, the first being the group housing Akira and Yoko, the Maguro, more specifically Kojima, followed by Utsubo and Suzuki. When a more niche series such as the Fable goes undiscovered, it's a shame, because Yamaoka is one of the best written antagonists from the manga medium in general. Some other well-written characters I could compare him to is Crawler Lucifer from Hunter x Hunter, and Friend from 20th Century Boys, or even Aizen from Bleach. If you want to experience all these amazing characters in this brilliantly written manga, I recommend you guys try this manga out. That's all from me. This would be where I end the video, but wait! Masaka! There's a second part of the Fable called The Fable The Second Contact, which recently wrapped up after 9 volumes. Unfortunately, I haven't read part 2, but this means I can make another video on this manga once I've read part 2. If you guys want me to yap some more about this manga, please let me know in the comments below and tell me what you think of this manga, whether you plan to read it or your own thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and that's all from me for real this time. If you want to see more videos from me, be sure to subscribe. This is Oni, and I'll see you in the next video.